So going into any relationship, we have to know that we are of value, you know?
Mhm.
Um, I feel that that is so important that we have people in our circle, people around us that acknowledge that, hey, this is valuable, right? You're
Mhm.
valuable because
Right.
that's the next thing that we're getting ready to talk about, assets and liabilities, right?
Mhm. Right.
So, did you want to say anything before we hop on to that?
No,
To the
no,
next
we can go ahead and move
one?
on to it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So, being an asset, right? What are
Mhm.
some assets and liabilities, and what are some things that you add to the relationships, like these relationships?
Okay. So from the beginning, I know for
Mhm.
me, um, what are you looking for? What is it that you want?
Mhm.
Why is it that you want to be in a relationship?
Mhm.
And so when you understand and know what it is you want out of being in a relationship, that's where your asset comes in. You can either be an asset to that relationship or you can be a liability.
Mhm.
Now, being an asset
Right. That's
to me is good, it's positive. But
absolutely it is.
being a liability can be kind of not so positive, right?
Right. Because
Okay.
when we're an asset, we add value to you, you know?
That's right. That's right.
Added value when you're an
You're adding
asset.
value. That's right.
Absolutely. So, yes. So, like, what are some things that you add to any relationship that you get in? Just say it can be a working environment, it can be a friendship, it can be what are some things that if you are removed from the equation, what would they miss? You know what I'm saying? Like,
So
yeah,
as a friend,
yeah.
probably listening
What
to
would they
them,
miss? Mhm.
sharing
Yeah.
some advice, sharing some experiences,
Yes.
you know, at a and say I'm going to use work in the work relationship. Um, there may be something that a coworker don't know or doesn't understand how
Right.
to do a job duty. You can be an asset
Right.
in showing that person how to do that, you know,
Yes.
sharing
Yeah.
that, you know, being
Yes.
open to do that because a lot of times on jobs people are not open to show you anything,
So
to
true.
you know. And so that's one of the things, that's how being loyal. I mean, even when with your friend, if you have a best friend or so forth, if whatever relationship you guys have and how you guys do your relationship, being loyal is one of the things that's a good friend if you're loyal, and you can be a
Yes.
friend. Yeah, you can just be a friend.
Right.
You can be a listening ear, you know,
Yes. Mhm. I
not
love it.
always judgmental, just
Mhm.
listening, not
Yes.
always having something to say to judge them, you know,
Yes.
or I would do it like this, but I would do it like you can't always do that. Sometimes people just need you to listen. That's an
Ooh,
asset.
yes, it is. So good.
So it's just many
So
things that you
good.
can do to be an asset. What would be a liability for me, having a friend, just a friend, is someone that pretends to be my friend, but is not my friend. Like
Mhm.
you, for example, I'm gonna give you an example. Say, we're out together and we're just kind of hanging. We're okay then, but then you go behind my back. To me, that's not a
Mhm.
friend.
Yeah.
It's not an asset. You're not adding to.
Um,
You're being a
yes.
liability.
Hmm.
You know.
Somebody that's not trustworthy. Yeah. Lack
That's
of
right.
character,
Yes.
integrity.
Mhm.
You can't trust them when you look the other way because
Mhm.
they may be just,
That's
talking
right.
or saying something or going in your purse when you not
Right.
looking, you know?
Where you wanna
Yeah.
sit in my presence just to,
Mhm.
you know, just to gain information or, just to be ugly,
Yes.
you know?
Mhm. Yes. Come
You
on.
know? Yeah.
Yes. So good. So good. I like the fact that you mentioned, being a friend that have a listening ear. Sometimes somebody need all they need is a listening ear, not
Mhm.
somebody that's going to point the fingers and you did this and you didn't need this.
Mhm.
Sometimes people tell you and
Mhm.
come to you for things just for you to listen.
Right.
Sometimes you may not give advice. Sometimes you don't need to give advice. Sometimes just being a listener is good.
Mhm.
I
That's
love
right.
that, the fact that, and that's what assets are. Assets are people, um, of value, of
That's right.
value, you
That's
know?
right.
And like you was saying, for me, liability, yeah, someone who can be trusted.
Mhm.
People that are always being manipulative,
Mhm.
people that,
Mhm.
that are, one they're not who they say they are. They're one person around you, and then there's somebody else around someone else.
That's
They
right.
can't be themselves.
That's that's right.
Um, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, the beauty and balance, though. I mean, it's so important to have balance,
That's true.
especially.
And a
Mhm.
lot of individuals out here don't have that, as far as when becoming friends, just being a friend to someone, you know.
Yeah.
It is always some type of motive behind it,
Oh,
you know.
you come on. You gotta speak about that one, sis.
Always some type of motive behind it. If there's some information that I have that you see that I have,
Yes.
and how you approach it or how you approach me makes a
Mhm.
difference, you know.
Yes.
And we have so many people that are very deceptive. They can deceive really well, pretend
Mhm.
to like you, to be your friend, just to get whatever it is they want, you know?
Yes. So good.
Yeah.
Wow. And
When sometimes you don't really have to do that.
right, you can ask.
You can just ask.
You're
That's it.
really my friend. If it's something bothering you, ask me. We're supposed to be friends, okay?
That's where it
But
goes back to communication.
communication, yes.
Communicate with me.
And the thing that bothers me is a lot of times when someone, like you were saying, some people will be around you for the wrong motives. But
Yes.
in time proves everything.
Yes.
Something was told to me years ago, you know, start start telling people no and see how
Mhm.
they react to it.
That's right.
You
That's
know what
one
I'm
way to
saying?
know your friend,
That's
if that's
one.
a real friend.
If they
Yeah.
really your friend,
Mhm.
they're going to have an understanding. They're not going to be offended, and if they do become offended, they won't be able to stay offended.
That's right.
Because a
Because they're
real
giving
friend.
you room to be able to be who you are as your friend,
Mhm. Right.
you know?
Yes. Yes. Oftentimes, relationships, they are great investments. They
Yes.
take work, you
Yes,
know?
it does.
It takes time, it takes, mental strain, it take action, relationships, it takes accountability, it takes a lot of things. So, if you're willing to invest in a person because that person, I mean, unfortunately, not saying that they may switch up on you, but people do grow, you
Yes, they
know?
do.
And a lot of times when you decide to grow, and this person is looking to you, well, they're looking for something that they once received from you, but you're on a different level, and they're trying to figure out, like, what's wrong with you? You acting funny, or
Mhm.
and you're like, "No, I've just set boundaries.
Yeah. That's
I'm
kind
just
of
not who I
yeah,
used to be."
yeah.
But like you said, communication, you can always let them know, like, "Hey, you know, right
If you're my
now."
friend, you're gonna love me, right?
Right.
You're gonna love me when I grow,
Mhm. We
right?
still talking about assets and
Sometimes I may
liabilities, yes.
outgrow you, right?
Yes,
But I'm
right.
still your friend. If I'm your friend, I'm your friend, you know?
Yes. Yes.
So again, you
Mhm.
really have to know who your friends are. Who's your friend?
Yes.
That's your friend. You have to start thinking about it. You know,
Yes.
why does this
Yes.
person do this every time? You know, this happens
Yes.
to me. This person is doing this or saying this or
Yes.
acting this particular way. You better start being, just looking at that. You know,
Right. That may
it's
just
that
be a liability.
that's right. That's
And,
right.
a lot of times it was once because one time I experienced that. I remember back, it was years ago. I won't disclose name, but that particular person I used to really was like, um, really a best friend, a
Mhm.
sister,
Right.
and I really thought that they was riding with me. But the minute I literally converted over to Christianity, gave my
Mhm.
life to Christ wholeheartedly, okay? I mean, I stopped getting invites. I was called so many names like, "Oh, you're boring. You don't want to do nothing no more. You this, you that." And that was so hard. It was so hurting. But however, I mean, sometimes obeying God will make you disappoint some people. You may have to
Yeah,
say no to them,
that's
even
true.
though you want to say yes.
Yes, that's
So
true.
in
Because
that, if you were really my friend, you would have rode it. You would have
yes,
rode that wheel.
absolutely.
It
So
was
that
probably
that was
one. It was
yeah.
about one or two, three of them that done rode it out. That rode it,
That's sometimes that's
and
for you to look
we're
at
still
too.
growing and evolving together. Yes,
That's right.
yes.
Was that really your
So it was.
friend? Because
It,
they only
mhm.
were your friend when you were doing what they were doing. We have
Yes,
people like that out here. We all have experienced that. I've experienced it too. Now that I'm no longer doing what it is that you continue to do, I'm a
yes.
problem. I'm a liability for you,
Ooh.
but
Mhm.
you're a liability for me as well because we're not going the same direction. Or,
Right,
hey, don't get me wrong. You still can have your friend if that person is truly your friend. Whatever it is you if God has elevated you to a different level and they're not there, they'll still love
right.
you as your friend. They're going to be a
Yes.
friend to you.
Mhm.
That's loyalty. That's called loyalty, you know.
Right.
Um
Yeah.
not my friend because I this is what we do together or this is what we were doing together and then oh you
Right.
changed up, you switched up on me. I've
Mhm.
grown, I've grown.
Right.
We mature in life.
Mhm.
We're supposed to mature in life.
I amen.
When a
Listen.
person does not mature in life, you might need to question that. There might need to be, it may need to be questionable.
Yeah, that's true. That is so
You
true.
know?
Yeah.
Yeah,
And some people you will have to leave behind because not that they're bad people,
that's
but
right.
just for the simple fact that I've grown, and not saying that
You're
I'm
not
better
going.
than you, not saying that I'm more than, but
Yeah,
we can't keep I don't
you're
approach
not
my friends
going
as
the
bees,
same
no.
direction.
I don't I don't approach my friends as, "Oh, what's up, B?" Like we did when we were 15 or 14 years old.
Yeah.
You know?
That takes some maturing.
That's not
It's called
that's just
maturing.
not how we doing it, that's not maturity.
Yes.
I love you though,
Mhm.
but,
Yeah.
some people you will have to let them go, and they're not bad people, I
Yeah.
prom some of them are not bad people. Sometimes
Mm-mm.
you have trauma bonding people that you connected with back then when you were broken, and then now you are healed, and so not y'all don't even it's a lot. That's a whole nother segment though.
Yeah, when you
So
don't heal when you don't heal from your brokenness, sometimes some people
mhm,
carry that brokenness with them. Oh, well
right,
over into and it spills over into a lot of relationships. It's like that
absolutely.
saying, birds of a feather flock together. So if my
Mhm,
problem is this, that's your problem as well. Your problem is the same as mine. We're good. We're good friends as long as our
yeah,
problems are the same. But let one
yeah,
of us mature and you'll see what happers. My
mhm,
problem will no longer be your problem.
or let one of us get well,
Right.
you know, because sometimes people benefit from your dysfunction, from our dysfunction, and the
Yes.
minute you get well, you don't necessarily need they don't have to do for you anymore, And so a lot
Correct.
of times that can end a relationship as well, unfortunately.
Mhm. Yes.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah.
Assets and liabilities. Have you ever felt like you were not being an asset to someone? Like a relationship or anything? A job. It can be, have you
Yes.
ever felt like you were not?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
I love that. I love the transparency. Like that's what accountability is.
We're
I
not
love it.
perfect.
That's
We're not
right.
perfect. You're gonna go into some
It gives
intimate
us
relationships, and
mhm.
that other person may not. It just the vibe may not be there. It's just something that
Right.
you may not be able to do for them that someone else may be able to.
Right.
Or
Yeah.
you have to accept that and move on.
Right.
And
And it
but
gives both
again, how will you know if you don't communicate it?
right.
If it's not communicated,
Right.
you know.
Right.
So
And it
yeah,
and it gives room for growth on both
that's
ends,
that's right.
and maturity on both ends.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
That is good. This is good. We definitely have to, yeah, talk about we have to end it right here, but we are we are going to I'm going to end with this something that I was going to mention about relationships, accountability, everything that we have been talking about. Um, I really hope that I guess that we would really um consider the people in our lives valuable and
Mm.
begin to treat them as such, you know? It's nothing more than valuing something
Mhm.
than just taking it for granted. So,
Absolutely.
for example, if if I tell my son, I say, "Hey, you know what? You absolutely look good in that outfit." Like you tell him that every day. You valuing him. I mean, versus you not telling him nothing.
Mhm.
No, but the minute you begin to affirm and just really let him know or let them know that you appreciate them, you
Yes,
matter,
yes.
that really makes a difference. You know what I'm saying? That make
Yes, it
people want to be your friend. That make people want to be around you. That make people want to, just be in your environment, your space because they know
yeah,
that this is a safe place. So that's
right.
the note I wanted to end on. Did you want to say anything else before we end?
No,
This was
no,
good.
this
Okay.
was this was good. This was
All
good.
right. This was
Yeah.
good. Yeah. Yeah. So we are still in accountability and relationships. Stay tuned for episode 2. Thank you, sis.
You're welcome.
All right.
Anytime.
All right. Good night.
Good night.
Okay.